Yes, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Fabulema bring on a massive greetings from the TNN TV media empire. Today, now the 24th of September, 2023. We will talk to una this evening. The time on my side is just 1 minute past 9 o'clock, one of the few times where the platform actually come on bang on time. And because I'm very excited, because the kind of guests where we get and the conversation where we come with the guests already don't make me so excited. And I know say Sierra Leonean people are going to be excited as well. So we look forward for welcome we guests to the program, and I will introduce them shortly. We guests not to stranger, and by the way, when I don't see the flyer, so I get an idea waiting we can talk about. But family, waiting I want for una help for you. Now for help for share this program. Don't be selfish. Please share this program. The man with we can talk to him, he's well known, he's renowned, he's a lawyer, and he's a politician as well. So at this point in time, what I want the family know is the talk where they can talk. This man not an official part and parcel of the delegation where they lead the dialogue, if you want to call it dialogue, if you want to call it discussion, which is ongoing between the government and the All People's Congress and others. And I've been also want to clarify something. The negotiation that is ongoing, we believe, say, now the people of Sierra Leone, because we need to understand the context and people and the way supposed to lead the conversation or the dialogue. So therefore, the APC, the champion that cause, because after all, they are the #1 opposition party, the main opposition party. So then they champion the cause in behalf of the people. So it's the people of Sierra Leone versus the government of Sierra Leone that the ongoing negotiation they go on. So I want for let we understand them in that context there, and I don't want for let una touch that dial because we guess it's heavy. So Pambule, una continue and come to una shortly. Right, we are back again. And like I've been saying, we can't talk about ongoing negotiations, and the man who we can't talk to is not an insider to this negotiation, but as a Sierra Leonean, first and foremost, he get a perspective of his own. And this guest of ours is none other but lawyer Ady Macauley. Lawyer Ady Macauley, welcome to the program. So it's been a while. You look well. We don't know what the ongoing at the inside, but from the outside, you look quite well. And we are really thankful for your time, here for coming again now the TNN TV media empire, sir. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Prince, for having me, and good evening, viewers and listeners.
Yeah, thank you. Lawyer Macauley, if I can just put this to you, which is, as we title this program, ongoing negotiations, will a deal be reached and what kind of a deal? And I make it clear to family where they watch, and I will keep the repeat that because as the viewer numbership they grow, so family will understand where we begin from and where we are. So once more, since the results of the contested elections were announced, I think 3 days after the elections, there's been a lot of controversy around the results. And the controversy not only involved the domestic side of things, it's also gone international. As a consequence of this, we understand that there are ongoing negotiations between the people of Sierra Leone, represented by the All People's Congress and other people, and the government of Sierra Leone. But so far, Mr. Macaulay, if you can just provide a perspective for Fambulem where they watch, what is exactly the ongoing of the country, if you can just make the case for we, since election, we don't want to go beyond election, since election and who start with it and waiting to happen from your own perspective, sir.
So let's get it straight. The main issue here is about stolen elections. It is the view and the majority view of Sierra Leoneans, and almost 98% of people and organizations that we monitor the 2023 presidential and general elections, that the ECSL not conduct themselves in a manner where make the elections free, fair, and credible. In short, these elections were stolen elections. So whatever discussion we get now because of the stolen elections. So when we get stolen elections in a country, it is a theft against the people of the country, because now the greatest heist where any individual or group of individuals go execute in any country for thief democracy. Basically, na intake place in Sierra Leone, thief democracy. I mean, I was the one supervising the tallying at the ECSL tallying center na Wellington. I mean, we're not done for tally yet. Elections have been, election results have been read out, and not a single time we get a printout of the daily tallying figures. They basically refuse for GUI. They basically refuse everything we go make the elections and the counting process, tallying process, or transparent. So we have a problem here, and the problem is that we have a government which a lot of Sierra Leoneans believe is riding on a stolen mandate. So where are we? Well, there is currently what they call a national dialogue. You know, let me remind people, us, when they watch this program. This election thief with the thief, not against APC then thief, now against the people of Sierra Leone, because now they vote for who that they feel safe for be the next president. So if the announcement of the result not reflect the vote where they vote, not their voices, then basically the offense of theft of the election against the people of Sierra Leone. So let me get that one day clear. So this dialogue where they go on, so now a dialogue between the people of Sierra Leone and the bio-led government. So the APC, which now the party way they announce say come second in the elections. Now then they lead this, that na my own view. Now then they lead this dialogue on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. So let's just get it straight. It's not an APC versus a government issue. No, it's a people of Sierra Leone versus a government.
Many thanks, Lawyer Macaulay, for that succinct opener to the program, where I believe say we go use, you have to go further down. And I'm really thankful for that perspective there. And I think the case has been made clear that this is about stolen elections. And stolen elections it is, which is not only called by the people of Sierra Leone, but also international community. We get a stake in the country. These ongoing negotiations, cause again, you're not a part and parcel officially of the negotiations, but you're a member of the party where they champion the negotiations on behalf of the people of Leon. Una don't put una case down waiting una one for see, waiting for happen. Tell me how much faith you get in this ongoing negotiation, again, from your perspective as an outsider with a stake as a Sierra Leonean and also party member. What do you think will be the outcome of these ongoing negotiations, especially based on the proposal that we made to the government? You hear me, sir?
I get you.
So what do you think will be the outcome of these ongoing negotiations?
Well, I would be very reluctant for predict the outcome of the negotiations because it is my fervent hope that the end will be one which go represent the interest of the people of Sierra Leone and the interest of democracy and the rule of law. Do I think that is achievable? Yes, provided everybody who involved engage in a meaningful and honest dialogue. And when I mean meaningful and honest dialogue, it's not just about what the eye can see. It's not just about what the international community want for Yeri. It's about what you could do, what you can compromise on. We will bring the democracy of this country back to the footing where we all aspire for make it be. I know that there are quite a few demands of the APC, but paramount of which are one that make we get the publication of the vote count, polling station by polling station. And I want to make this very clear. We don't get an ECSL boss, Mr. Kone, we is the worst electoral commissioner we ever get in this country. I mean, the fact that he's running away from accountability and transparency says it all. That he don't conduct himself in a manner way, nor in the interest of the people of this country. In the tell, would I ever ready for listen say, oh, there is no law we saying for publish the results polling station by polling station. So he has no obligation to do that. So my rhetorical question is there any law that stops him from publishing the elections results polling station by polling station? No, there isn't any law. In fact, my view is that there is a law that requires him to publish the elections result polling station by polling station. And I can take you to section 51 of the Public Elections Act and section 92 of the Public Elections Act. We give the obligation, we impose the obligation on the ECSL boss for announce the result. And when they talk about announcement of results, they not talk about regional, they not talk about national, they not talk about, they say the results. So the results include every granular number from the bottom to the top, which I mean by polling station, district, regional, and national. You get an obligation for announce all the results that they, because now all the results that they put together, you with the final result. So you picking up will come out school, exam, they say you fail. It's okay, I fail, but when me report card, I want for you, sir, I do bad, you sir, not do bad, so I go improve myself next year. You said, no. Just go repeat the class. You fail. I mean, that is what basically this electoral commissioner is trying to tell me. He is basically running away from the basic requirement of free, fair, and credible elections, where now for announcing the result of the elections, at a granular level, also at the top and national level. So for me, there is nothing in law we stop am not for announce the polling station by polling station results, and there is everything in law, that is section 51 and section 92, we require for announce the election results, and which includes the results we they publish now the demote them na polling stations there. So that is my take. And you will talk about any other thing after this to happen, because if we find out, say, in fact, there was massive we take place, then other things will follow. So for me, this is the genesis of the problem. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to run away from, why you refuse to publish the elections result, the disaggregated election results, polling station by polling station? The only reason why this man they refuse is because if he announced them in ways who come on do say the results we announced not reflective of the people and votes at the polling stations on election day.
Again, Lawyer Macaulay, many thanks for that. And I really want for let we go into this proper, even though you don't, go around that, because myself and I think we've been on the back with me for quite a while. Whether the election commissioner by law is not compelled to pull the results, because that's what they keep telling the people of Sierra Leone. But man, we're versatile with law, and you don't make it clear that the Public Elections Act, sections 51 and 92, not prohibit them from announcing the results police station by police station. And the fact that you were a returning officer and one of the police station owners in the count, yet they make pronouncements, really shocking, and people are grasping the reality of this. They also they say if you feel cheated, and obviously this is fact and profound. If you feel cheated, then you need to go to the justice system, the judiciary, which once upon a time you were part and parcel of, and somehow now you do your lawyer stuff. Why is it the APC, in behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, never go to the court system for lodge a formal complaint? I don't know whether they've done that. I don't believe they've done that, but you can confirm whether they don't do so. But if they haven't done it, why is Unanele go complain not to the judiciary?
Okay, so this is an argument we don't rehash in several other forums, and I'm going to make this statement again, that the decision not for go court is a political decision. Now, a political decision where now the members of the party, I mean the members of the party, the shareholders, the grassroots, reach the conclusion, say, at this point in time, we not believe, say, we go get a fair resolution of we complaints to the court if we go there with we complaints regarding the stolen elections. And one of the reasons we then give this is 4 weeks to the election. There was a dispute over the publication of the voter register. There was also the dispute over whether or not ECSL for transmit the election results from the polling stations then through an app when an ECSL no more developer without consultation, any input from the opposition parties, and also whether or not ECSL for announce the election results in a granular form, that is polling station by polling station. So APC think and fit say the right course of action now for use the law. So APC file a case in a court. One, forget a mandatory injunction compelling ECSL for one, publish the electoral register 4 weeks to the election. Secondly, for make ECSL boss announce the election result polling station by polling station in a granular level, then to the regional level, then to the district level, to the regional level, then to the national level. So the reason why they make them demands are that when you don't begin announce election results from polling station, district, and regional, you're not able to change the figures where you reach national. Because by the time you finish for announced district results, everybody don't know what will be the national. So NEC willfully refuse to do that one day because they get their own agenda. Then lastly, also APCB want for stop NEC, for make they not use that app there for transmit the election results from polling stations because they believe say this now an app where the APC not get any input in no any other political party, probably other than the SLPP. So we don't know how they work, i.e. they work. We don't know if they don't program in such a way where will give an automatic statistical advantage to any particular candidate or political party. So these are issues where APCB feel very strongly about. So APC go to court. From the time where APC go to court, 4 weeks election take place. Now 1 week after they announce the result and announce President Biya as the winner, now in the court call, say the APC for go before Justice Adrian Fisher for make them go hear the application. I mean, now this we the law they call spent application. What do you mean? Well, the thing will be already they try for stop that happen. You know, go take that man can't go to hospital for go get treatment again, can you? No, basically that's the analogy we go key. We go court for stop neck, not for rig the elections. After ECSL don't rig the elections and announce somebody will not win the elections as the winner. Now he tended to tell you una go na court law una go resolve the issue here. I mean, basically, maybe see I'm saying na provocation. So with that, the people they say, I say, but look, why we for go court? If the court don't they treat we consistently in this manner, waiting at the assurance say this time around they go treat you with all fairness. So the people voice their concerns and the party listen to the people because the capital of any political party now the members we they support them. I mean, if you don't listen to your supporters, then you're bound to fail. Sometimes you have to listen to their demands because without them, you cannot be a political party. You cannot be that force that you were as the APC is. So the APC listened to the members of or members of the party for say, no go court. Let we decide for boycott. And you see, since you go back to Zimbabwe opposition don't adopt the same thing. Say, but look, why would they go to court? We will know what's the outcome of this will get for Kego. We self not they go to court. We self they engage in you know boycott of the governance system, and this says a lot about waiting people and think about the judiciary, which I'm part of in a way because I practice law actively, even as at now I do practice law actively. People have very serious doubt about the deliverance of justice in our country, and I hope say going forward we go realize say the only person, the only institution we there for check excesses of the government, now the judiciary. So if the judiciary fail for do that one day, then we are doomed as a nation.
All right. Famulem, we talk to non-honorable lawyer Ady Macauley, and we address issues around the recently ended election. And when I really guess in non-mincing words, they call them outright theft, broad daylight theft of the people's vote. And this is a serious crime. And I want to ask you, particularly this question, again, Dana, regarding the legal aspect of things that can potentially happen after the Mother Bio government will have been gone or left power. Is there a statute of limitation for Nenkantin there? Will the books ever be open? Will the Sierra Leonean people ever receive, some form of justice? Like,
so make I tell you now, me an anti-corruption crusader. I prosecuted as an anti-corruption prosecutor for about 6-7 years, and I headed that institution. For me, I define corruption as a crime against the people. And here, the theft of the election are against the people of this country. So the theft of the election itself is a corrupt act. And how do I reach this conclusion? I don't go through the Anti-Corruption Act of 2008 as amended in 2019. And specifically, I don't look at sections 42 and 43 where deals with abuse of office and abuse of position. And abuse of office basically means where you use your position for give an undue advantage to another person. So here, Kone don't use his position as the chairman of the Electoral Commission, where now the only person we get the legal power for announce the outcome of an election, for announce somebody, and for announce a political party as winning seat in both the local council and the legislature as the winners we know to their win. So basically, he don't use in office, in position, in office as electoral commissioner for announce results in favor of somebody where it is my belief, based on the numbers I have seen, say no to in-win election. So that is an offending behavior against section 42 and 43 of the Anti-Corruption Act. So there's an offense there. Is there a limitation? No. Apart from one or two public order offenses, which you say, like I believe it's sedition or so, which you say you for bring the case within 6 months from the date of the seditious act. I don't see any other limitation period we go give any refuge for anybody we involved in this great heist of democracy in our country. So basically, the answer to your question, no, there is no limitation. There is no limitation of prosecution for people that were involved in the theft of this election. And also, make I just remind Fambul that we get inside the Anti-Corruption Act itself the offense of conspiracy to commit a corruption offense. So basically, even if not to.
Okay, we guessed is frozen there. All right, we guessed is frozen. Fambulem, just for reminder quickly, we did talk to lawyer Ady Macauley, and we did talk about issues around the elections, that's post-elections, and waiting the ongo. We know say
Did you get me?
Ongoing. Yes, you're back, sir. Yeah, you're
Prince,
back.
did you get me?
Yes, loud and
clear. So as I say, we also get an offense inside the Anti-Corruption Act when a conspiracy to commit a corruption offense. So what this means is that not only were you a public officer, now in this Anti-Corruption Act go bet you. He also they bet people that we not to public officer at all. So even if you know to NEC workman, you know to PPRC workman, you know to workman of any of their election management body here, but you connive, you do something way help for make they rig the elections here, like how they rig there. So you self, you don't commit the offense of conspiracy to commit a criminal, a corruption offense, and you are part of it. So you self no say with time at the right time, there is a very high possibility that the books will be brought down to bear on you, because if we continue for encourage the kind here, say they go before, and this is why I always also don't talk against this 10-year thing where people they talk about say, oh, every government we can get 10 years for rule. If that is the case, then we just accept, say will go before, because when a presidential candidate campaign on a very high sounding manifesto and win an election, immediately win the election, the obligation for make bring into effect, or for make implement a manifesto promises don't fail, because it go say, you know what, whether I work or I not work, I they rig me way and get a second time, because we don't get an law. As somebody they say, oh, they don't sign say everybody na 10 year we take power, but me I not see that agreement they take today. So until I see that agreement, I not go believe them. So let us don't buy this idea of 10 year. Oh, then we allow and make a rule after a 10 year, then say go not to buy turn. Now buy you work. And this is something which I believe say with waiting they gone at the country now. The suffering in terms of the economy, the suffering in terms of the shrinking space of the governance system, where people not even get the space for criticize government, for come out and voice out what they think about the performance of the government, without you get a compliant a regime protection force in the name of the SLP for come and arrest you, shoot you, or do some other thing. So it is my view that we foresee to the end, say we get very clear and loud answers as to what happened in the just concluded elections, and bring to book the people the way we the law believe say na then facilitate and execute this theft we Mickey always talk about. I mean, it's a theft. I mean, take for example now. I believe say a future city council 20 prior to 2023, even though President Bio be win the 2018 election. Now only one councillor Freetown SLPP get now Freetown City Council. Now the House of Parliament, I believe say they began about 40 something or so members of parliament before they thief the 10 seats from the APC through the judgment of the court for Adam to then forgive them a majority. SLPP wasn't doing well in terms of representations at the council and parliament. All of a sudden, they come up from 40 something to 50 something to 81 or 84. I don't know which are the numbers. I mean, for make you able for perform that kind of way, they if for be say you not a government we don't extraordinarily perform at the country that you don't touch the lives of Sierra Leoneans to the point where they say, you know, then why we need for reward them. So the one tell we say the people of Sierra Leone reward them with seats na parliament, with seats na local council them for the price of petrol where they meet 6,500 now na 30,000 euros for the price of a bag of rice where they meet 160 to 200,000 depending which one you they eat to 600,000. The one tell we say they reward them for the massive blackout we they experience na Sierra Leone, unlike the previous 5 years to 2018. You know, the one for tell we say the people of Sierra Leone reward them for the shrinking of the democratic space, for the human rights abuse, the killings that we don't take place, the unlawful and illegal arrest and locking up of citizens that we just they voice out their opinion about the bad governance when they take place in the country. So the one tell we say the people of Sierra Leone rewarded them for all of that. The massive corruption we don't take place, 49,000 bags of rice. Not to miss you, now the anti-corruption boss, 9 tell we say then thief 49,000 bags of rice where the Chinese government give for fifth picking in our school. Say few cabal inside in government, Tifa, put under their pocket.
Yeah.
We not get anybody held responsible for that. So the one tell we say the people of Sierra Leone appreciate that kind of behavior to the point where they increase the membership in the parliament, they increase the membership in the local council. Hell no. I mean, I am not that incredulous for believe that one day. You don't need for being a rocket scientist for no say it is not just possible. It defies logic.
So Ady, I won't play you one video, but I think say again, you don't make quite a very, very strong case. I mean, will the people reward a party or a leader with all of them things in the way you name? Because first thing first, the priority of government has Miss Abi, now the welfare of its people. And the truth is, the welfare of the people is in shambles. It really, really degrading. But however, while you watch this video and see what you make of them, because the president did beat you party 5 or a little over 5 years ago, 6 years ago, if you like. And one of the cases that this way we make, compare and contrast to today. Let me just play this video for the public and yourself.
System that is affordable and accessible, and a vibrant, a resilient healthcare system that is affordable and accessible, and a vibrant.
Okay, I think I get that video there wrong. Now this one I want to play for you. Watch this. Let's watch
Years
this.
of APC misrule and economic mismanagement has definitely created considerable suffering for the people of this country. From Kamakwie to Pujeru, from Kono to Freetown, and everywhere, people are suffering under the weight of corruption and the mismanagement of the All People's Congress. I have seen it at first hand, from Falaba to Kedima and from Kailan to Putloko. The people want change. The people are tired of the suffering of paying for a bag of rice at 200,000.
We see some.
All right, Ady, you the president say this is a very popular video.
I hear you.
But now this night he used back in 2018. 2023, what say you, even though you don't make the case this number, I just want for emphasize because you make quite some good points there. And the man brazen enough, 2023, with all of the things the way you talk about this now, which is reality, here we are. What do you make of that?
I think if they tell me, say, now 2023, they make that speech, I no go deny. Because all the things that we talk about, say, no, they go wrong, no, they go right in 2018 are just a description of not just a description of waiting done they go on at the country in the past 5 years of in tenure. So for me, it's quite hypocritical for go out there and tell people in the United Nations, say, you don't deliver job, you don't deliver peace, you don't deliver everything where it's not just a dream, but a reality. Well, the reality with Sierra Leone they face today, now starvation because rest down there, I know friends that we get vehicles them, where they don't pack them vehicles in a house. Then they take keke or okada for go work because it's no longer affordable for make you drive for go work, because if you say the drive go work, it means say all the salary where you and now for you no more you earn for now you work for. So is this the reality that the president is talking about? I mean, go to the streets of Freetown and other major cities, na the country and towns. All you see is waywardness na the country. Youths them high on kush and other drugs. Why? Because there is hopelessness, around because of lack of jobs, lack of leadership in the country. All the social malaise where they take place stem from lack of leadership and bad governance where they drill down to the everyday activities of Sierra Leone. So for me, when we talk about the welfare of the citizens, when we talk about the democracy of the country, when we talk about the rule of law, it's not a political thing. It's a survival thing. I mean, without NTR, I don't see any nation where go aspire for then a league of nations where probably we could call a developed country. I mean, other African countries, they strive for reach certain goals them. But when you look back at the situation at Sierra Leone, I mean, it's just massive corruption taking place. I mean, you get a president where you get ministers the way they don't arrest and charge for corruption offenses. You go and recycle them back and bring them back into in government. You get killings that we don't take place. I mean, the killings that we don't take place in the hands of the police in the past, say 5 years. The number, I'm sure, say surpass waiting don't take place in the past 30 to 40 years in the hands of the police. I mean, it's not just a story; it's a reality from Pademba Road to August 10, to Makeni, to Tombo, to Lonsa, to everywhere. And the commonality in all of them is that Sierra Leoneans, them, by one means or the other, try for voice out the protest or the dissatisfaction or disapproval of certain things that will happen in the country. And every time they attempt to do so, it is met with certain death. For example, in Pademba Road, when COVID take place, they restrict prisoners their movement from the court, from the prisons to the court. They even restrict visits them at Pademba Road. I mean, fair enough. I believe that was the right measures for put in place for curb the spread of COVID. But you know, prisoners then feel say the restrictions really don't put the lives in a way not conducive for them. So there is word that then come out and try for express them dissatisfaction. What happened? 29 of them were shot dead. That wow. Now the one the way then tell we say the kilo. Yeah. Not to the one the who hear say the rumor say die. So in all of this, Sierra Leone is not a better place from where it was in 2018. It is worse off today.
Yeah, thank you, Ady. We get a few more things for cover. I don't want to waste your time. I think we get roughly about 20 more minutes into this program, and I want to talk about a few things. And this is I'm going to zoom on the president. Of course, all of the case where you lay waste, you're right now the doorstep of the president, because you know executive president and are irresponsible for all the things the way they happen. Okay, so the ongoing negotiations, let's say the thing don't spill na the public. So people like we win or nothing are now hearing a public spat between the government led by Julius Maada and the international community. I wonder what you make of this public spat. Ambassador Rima go, he talk what he's supposed to talk. I think from your own observation point of view, president and the team get upset, and we see is step up the level within the recent United Nations meeting. But of course, now there people and they go for go blow mind. Whether I get substance or not, I don't know. You want to weigh in on that, sir?
Well, yes. Another make a secret say I was very much displeased because of the comments and way we president make in America and the American university and also na United Nations General Assembly, because for me they were very much unhelpful for himself as an individual, for in government, and also for the people of Sierra Leone. I mean, say what you may, America is not a country you pick a fight with. When you pick a fight with America, there is only one loser, and you and I know he's going to be the loser here. And this is not the same country where we go to say they forgive money. Now then don't they help we. Now then don't they help we in some of the things and way we do financially. So if we come and say, oh, they're not for express their opinion and make demands regarding the good governance issues them relating to elections, then we must be very joking. I mean, I hear President the grumble this year na America. I just bust laugh. Say we don't work. Say they almost don't give we $500 million. Then you get APC people the way they try for stop up. I say wait a minute, wait. Who that promise with that money again? Now this same America where they tell say not for put much by good governance business na your country, not for put much party election, not if election business na the country. Now this same America you the Abu still forget $500 million from. Well, make I tell you one thing: the American taxpayers, the money, and then they give you on condition that you will only get this as a reward for adhering to the principles of you know democracy and rule of law. So if you don't begin thief election, you don't begin kill people them. They say, okay, wait. If we give you this money now, it shows in fact we gladly with the thing, the bad thing the way they go on at your country. So this money will be done promise you. Now promise no more, and the promise will promise you in contingent on good behavior. But as it is now, your behavior not good at all. So this money at the whole until you show say you don't change your ways. I think that is a legitimate point.
I think Ady, you make the case very strongly. We still on the same case, but I just want something, the caveat with it around all of it. So you hear the president himself, they lead the charge for whip up public sentiment on issues around sovereignty and independence simply because somebody asked them for be, transparent. And I believe say these are agreements. And now they talk about so because when they give the money, then give that on condition and you agree to that. Do you think in this case where they happen, so there is any violation by the diplomats, them, by other countries, them, of Sierra Leone's sovereignty or independence?
No, not at all, sir. Nobody don't invade we country. Nobody don't ask we for do within the against we laws. Not at all. And let we not forget, when Sierra Leone want for be a member of the United Nations, when Sierra Leone want for be a member of ECOWAS, a member of AU, there are minimum standards of good governance we get for go by. Now that they make you a member of the decent states of nations groupings. So if you want to be a member of the United Nations, you don't sign charters we cover human rights, good governance, open electoral system. Now you don't give yourself in, say, I ought to be held to the standards of this particular body where I don't join. So if members of that body, they come back to you, they say, Paddy, look, now what we don't sign, and we see, say, you don't go on the wayside, they follow them principles here. How about that? I mean, the questions America, they ask, now the same question the APC and several other Sierra Leoneans that they ask for. One, publish the disaggregated voter register, polling station by polling station. Okay, let me take and say no to America ask that question. And me, Ady Macauley, where I don't consistently they ask that question. Are you telling me I am breaching the sovereignty of the state? It is not about the individual. We ask the question. Now the question at the substance, not look at the form. Look at the substance. The substance of what they ask you for. Is it such that it amounts to the violation of your national sovereignty? Not at all. The Americans, they say, una lost them. That is the Public Elections Act. Even public international law, we can usually call international committee, where they mean say they expect you for behave in a certain way, where you be a member of the United Nations or the international committee. They call it international committee. So these are not unusual asks. These are not asks that are out of the ordinary. These are asks them where basically they na you law, where basically now part of the rules of international law you go against. So if they ask you, say, publish the results polling station by polling station in a disaggregated manner, me, I go hate for suicide. I go like for suicide that one day don't violate with sovereignty. And don't forget, President Bio, whilst he team up, they address the United Nations, say Sierra Leone stand with the other ECOWAS and AU members, say they oppose military coup and demand that they return to civilian rule. Well, is it telling me that question there, that demand they way in they make as a member of the international community, now a violation of Guinea, Gabon, and Niger, and all the other African countries where who don't take place?
Yeah,
is it telling me it's a violation of their sovereignty?
Mali, Niger, Gabon, Burkina Faso, Chad,
exactly.
Sudan.
So you they say no, una government not supposed for come by the military rule. It's supposed for come by the ballot box. So we they criticize now, we they tell una say no, go back to civilian rule.
Okay.
It's the same thing where they tell you say a government's not for thief election. So what's the difference? 6 of one is half a dozen of the other.
Okay, Ady, many thanks for that. I mean, the comparison where you make this now, I mean, it's really brilliant because it looked like how do you call it, double standards. you know, you they call for one thing that somebody else in your own place, whilst you they condemn in your own place. Do we consider that to be interference? Definitely that's interference. You want interfere in other people in your own thing where you not get any stakely other than probably you do hold a fear. Just before I go to my next question, do you think some of this speech there where the president they read, you know, some of it I must say, you know, as a Sierra Leonean, to be honest, I can't hold back. It's a bit embarrassing because you never see a synchronization. I mean, just the speeches by other heads of state. I watch the Kenyan head of state. I watch a few, you know, your prime ministers, very mature. And I'm not saying that I wasn't mature, you know, yeah, but I do have opinions of my own. You think, say, that deliberately, now in the president, they do so, you know, yeah, because it seems for the speak to an audience, because you get people that may obviously be in for them. And then at the same time, on the other side of the mouth, it owes Sierra Leone an obligation because Sierra Leone is not split, even though, in your opinion, some people are trying to split it between colors. But it's supposed to be one nation. Is the president doing a good job?
Okay, so I am not going to blame the president on this. I will blame the one they winner advisors. I will blame the one they winner in speech writers. So the United Nations address, not a national address. So your audience different from your traditional audience. So when you make them kind, so when you write a speech for somebody, you look at the occasion and you look at the targeted audience of that particular speech day and tailor that speech day. So for me, it is a lost opportunity for put to the world the realities in Sierra Leone and how the world for him to come up and help Sierra Leone. So it's a lost opportunity, my brother.
Is there a possibility as well, because, like I say, the president not like waiting certain country them ask of him. So at the international stage, he decide, you know, yeah, like take then call him a punch or a pot shot at the country there on the international stage, especially the biggest, right now their own backyard.
Okay. So Ali Kaba, now one man way I not ever agree with on many things, but I agree with him on a recent Twitter and Facebook post where he talk about, you know, the tiger and the leopard or cheetah. Say when you defeat the king of the jungle, make sure say you come out with your limbs intact. I mean, when you look at the might of America, not just economic might, but military might, then go na Panama and grab by his scruff the former and late President Noriega because he be involved in cocaine deals, you know, trafficking to the US. You look at Iraq, you look at Afghanistan, you look at many other places. I mean, you don't pick a fight with the United States, period. You don't pick a fight with the United States. And make I say this. Make I say this to you. Let's just say this. If anybody there in any illusion, let's make this very clear. If you put the United States government and that of the Sierra Leonean government and ask the American people there, who that they believe, you know who that they would choose to they believe. That the Sierra Leone government now they would believe. You know, so so I don't know why anybody they wasting time for pick a fight with. It's a lost battle. You go rather
when they come to the conclusion and you go continue that point say where you want to make, but you just want to put this in quickly. What in the president depend on with strategy where according to what you say it's a lost strategy for the country. What is he really depending on?
It depends on wrong advice. Certainly, it depends on wrong advice, and I don't see foresight in the statements there, in the posture way they take. I don't see foresight there. I hear they talk say they against international law for impose visa restriction certain countries. I think that is not correct. I mean, just like when in Barcelona, he will choose who I want for Mexican and Salon, who I want for Mexican and Salon. I mean, even with Sierra Leonean citizens, you get certain Sierra Leonean citizens there. If they're out of the country against their choice, you know, they talk about you know, illegalities. What about some of us needing the permission slip of the Attorney General in permission? Say, hey, pa, I want travel. He give you letter, another letter you take to the immigration officer and look, say, pa, I want travel. Attorney General don't give me permission. Look the letter. Come on. You know, so when will they strike for?
So the Attorney General they advise the president on them matters then they. How could the president get this wrong? How could he go public?
Because because the one the way they advise, I mean, where they write his speech get them wrong. Simple.
Is it deliberate that they mislead the president, or they just ignorant themselves?
It can be either of the two.
Okay. I want to touch on these two issues quickly for wrap up this program, and the issue of visa restriction. There are about 400 of us, over 400 of us watching this live program. The numbers are appreciable, and the vast majority of where they watch now on YouTube. The Facebook number is low. I think it is between 50 something. But yes, we are about over 400 watching this live program, and thank you very much. If we can share one more time, 400 of us do a sharing. That means that the number will multiply or even will triple. Thank you so much. Ady, what's the value of visa restriction? Of course, not to the person where they put them on, because to me it looks like a disadvantage. But overall, if they restrict your visa for go countries like America, what does this mean? You've been a government official before, and what have you? Assuming that they slap you a visa ban when you're in the staff government, what does that mean?
It means a lot to many people. I mean, one of the prides of Africans now for able for send them picking and going at the best universities now the United Kingdom, United States, and other Western countries there. And you know, the visa ban impositions get far-reaching consequences. Sometimes they're not just you alone that they affect you and your relatives then. So if they impose visa ban on you and your family, it means that you cannot be able to attend a very good university in your country. So it has an effect on you. Some man just like for holiday out of the country, some man like for getting medical services now the UK, United States, or other European countries. So if they limit you travel and access to them countries, they don't limit your ability for access very good medical. So yes, it get far-reaching consequences, and it's not good for the country.
Are you surprised? Because the reason why they ask you this, so far now the United States we don't champion this. We colonial god daddy them. They seem mute on this, and the accusations being thrown out there against the Foreign Secretary of the United Kingdom, James Cleverly, where apparently get affiliation of Freetown because they in Mama Komot, especially from the southeast. Do you see any correlation between the silence of the UK government in some respect? I mean, they're not too sharp, on this entire thing, whereas the United States has taken this massive action.
Not forget, say, the United States not get the political hangings or hangover of colonial accusation like Great Britain. And if now England be take the posture where America takes, so then they accuse you of breaching the sovereignty of Sierra Leone. They say they want to continue the colonial administration in Sierra Leone. Well, I think specifically to your question, the Brits are people the way they act quietly. That's all I will say. They act quietly, and the consequences of their action, the people the way they affect, no say they affect them. So and James Cleverly, for all you know, get whatever affiliation to the country or the government, not to what he want or what he wish for. Now, a government policy they implement. So whatever James Cleverly does is the policy of the United Kingdom. But I believe say the Brits they not they talk, but they act quietly, and it is biting. I believe, unfortunately, Now they don't reduce the aid to law enforcement. I believe the anti-corruption and many other areas the way they put in raw cash for help with. They don't reduce them budget or they don't cut them totally.
Okay.
So they don't talk, but they act.
They are acting quietly, as usual. Very conservative society.
Unfortunately.
Ady, recently when the president visited New York for a hunger meeting, I think that the session 78 session or whatever, they meet on the sidelines with the ICC president. It's a bit strange, but in this world where we do diplomacy, international relations, a lot of things can happen. You have been in government before, and you're a lawyer, legal-minded. And this is a legal business we talk about, and there's a case around the president regarding the ICC. What do you make of this meeting on the sidelines with President B?
Well, I not get an individual opinion about this, but I get observations. And I observe, say, the government of Sierra Leone put out a narrative, say, now because of membership of the United Nations Security Council, we non-permanent membership make the want for talk to the see how they go cooperate with the ICC, where they did the Security Council. But I say make I go back and I Google whether or not we Ghana, Venezuela, and other countries that will not be non-permanent members be they na the United Nations Security Council, whether or not the ICC prosecutor make an appointment for see the president on the sidelines. That no happen. Now two people I know say 2 or 3 people I know say the ICC prosecutor gets a meeting with on the sideline. That is President Biu and I believe the interim president of Sudan. And Sudan is not a member of the Security Council. So if Sudan is not a member of the Security Council, but the ICC prosecutor gets a meeting with the sidelines with them, it put a very big question mark on the narrative we government they put out there, say, oh, now because of we membership of the Security Council make the ICC prosecutor can talk to we. I mean, there's a question mark there. I really question. We don't know why you go talk to them all, but I not seem to believe that narrative based on this conjecture. Why don't you talk about the previous members of the and not to salute no more they win a non-permanent member of the Security Council. You get all that 10 other people but now salute no more they talk to. So what happened? The ICC prosecutor malice with the other balance 9. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just an observation.
Yes, sir. That's good observation. But now within the backdrop of a case within an ICC against the president, and for let the hold that meeting, of course, it makes speculation became rife. The final question to you, Ady, is back again to where we started from regarding this ongoing dialogue or discussion between the government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress, where they champion the people's then cause, because this actually is a case of the people between the government of Sierra Leone and its own people. The ongoing dialogue, you get any faith? I know say you answer abstractly earlier, and people need for understand as well say you not to official part of the delegation when they do the negotiation, but the idea is you get a perspective of your owner, and we know what's going to happen on the basis of sincerity. So, do you have faith in the ongoing discussion? And if I can just add this day quickly, we know the demands are the
okay. Quick one, yeah. Prince. Yeah. As a semi-aspirational person, and I always do look forward to good things happening in Sierra Leone, but I have doubts. And the doubts are this: the rhetoric of the government, not helpful at all. I mean, you don't go talk about having a dialogue with the Sierra Leonean people where they allow the Sierra Leonean people to come out and express themselves in a very peaceful way. You get a chief minister where altered in a Twitter or Facebook they pull inspire by either the opposition or the people of Sierra Leone, where they make unhelpful comments about the opposition, where they make I mean, I not just feel say the government, the attempt for take part in this dialogue is honest and meaningful, and that is very unfortunate.
Before you go, do you have one final word for the Sierra Leonean people, the APC in particular, the Sierra Leonean people in general? Final word, sir?
My parting words are this. I know the Sierra Leonean people are resilient people. So we continue for admonition, for continue with the resilience we all don't show in the past 60-something years of we independence, because we not be resilient, like we all don't die or craze because nothing don't go right in this country since probably in 40-50 years. But I believe say we for continue with demands for good governance. We for continue with demands for transparency and accountability in the manner in which the people and we they govern. And we for continuing with demands for say ECSL, CONE, for publish the disaggregated data polling station by polling station. And I stand with the All People's Congress, the boycott of governance. I think if SLPP want spoil the country, let them one go spoil. We are not going to be part of it.
Okay, Fambulem, that was the voice of lawyer Ady Macauley, having a discussion on the TNN TV media empire. We want to say thank you so much, and we really appreciate you coming on tonight and clarifying many things. And I'm sure say this program will be a hit. As Sierra Leoneans, then definitely from all background will appreciate this. Thanks, lawyer Ady Macauley, and have a good week, sir. Blessed week.
Thank you, Prince. Appreciate. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay, Fambulem, again, once more, I want to thank you. There was 499 of us watching the program, both on YouTube, in stream live, both on YouTube and Facebook. And I want to say thank you very much. We did try for get by Mahmoud. It's not confirmed yet, but we did try for get by Mahmoud on the program one of these days, either today, tomorrow, or Tuesday. We also get a social club called Entourage. Entourage will be on the program on Tuesday. Watch out for the flyer. The flyer should be out by tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. That's Entourage, which is a social club based in the United Kingdom. There are many things happening in the country. My final parting words. The difficulty of Sierra Leoneans, what Sierra Leoneans and they go through now, is becoming untenable. Propaganda cannot continue for put the people down in one corner. It doesn't work that way. It's just a matter of time. Waiting government need for do now for raise them game and understand the people then suffering and find a solution to that. It doesn't make you strong when you they parade with soldier man them, with gun them and policeman them, they gun young people and down. That's a position of weakness. A leader supposed to be loved by his or her people. And the way you will be loved is when you do things for the people, because Nadande, the people and they make the judgment based on the welfare of the people should be government's priority. We know say times are hard, things are difficult, but government, you need for step up your game. You really need for step up your game. Other than that, there is going to be restlessness in the country. This is just a matter of fact, because people can't just take it lying down. It's going to be spontaneous, not to see where people are direct. Oh, today the 12 with the whole protest and what? No, it's going to be spontaneous. It's going to be organic, because now the people themselves are going to feel it, and there's going to be a sparking point, and that's what's going to happen, and it will erupt, but in a natural way. This is what I believe in, and because the science of it is out there. If you know they feed the people, and the guests even say that, if you know they feed the people and they feel the pinch, petrol price don't go up, this, that don't go up, all them things that they up, it's a problem. It's really a So try for step up your game, government. Stop being draconian. Stop, just the propaganda. No, it doesn't work. Speech writers to the president do not do the president any good. Una really not do the president any good with their speech, and they own the right. Where they imply say the president for Tawa. President for Tawa. Tawa Pan Uda. You get 8 million more than for feed. You get 8 million people there for make provision for. Una the right speech say the president don't do something where the president don't actually do them. But una the right for the man, and the man go read to the public. Una need for stop this. This is unfair. This is the judgment on the president, on the government. If you don't care, the people of the country care. This is much I have to say. I'm not able to read the comments there today. Maybe I will look one or two. Let's look one or two, because this is what this platform is about. Let's look for one or two comments. Okay, that's my man, Abubakar Mansari from Holland, greeting the platform. And that's my man from Bangor, Northern Ireland, Delwyn Thomas. Delwyn, good evening. The great High Comrade APC, thank you for coming to this program. That was for Ady. Dr. Denke, how are you, sir? Dr. Denke, how you call Delwyn? Would they try forget what the man name? I go remember his name just now. Let me carry on. Mohamed Yira Kabo. You evening, oh my fearless leader, Ady Macauley. Thank you, sir, for standing up for the people of Sierra Leone. Delwyn Thomas, what are the parameters of the national dialogue, and is ECSL party to the dialogue? Yes, ECSL definitely is party to the dialogue. That I can say. Macauley not for be able for answer. Of course, if we're able for know Uda and Uda did, but not to in official capacity, because he's not an official to the delegation where they have this conversation. Ishmael Kamara, Maladio, and they should be punished severely for wasting our time and putting the country in this deplorable economic situation. Absolutely, I agree with that. Linda Thomas, thank you guys for the good job. Thanks, Sister Linda. Delwyn Thomas, isn't the much touted Elections Review Commission the only way out of this impasse? No, Delwyn, I don't agree with it at all. I have made an analogy on that basis. They will say, if I go a fireman uniform, then you call for fire. This is what we know this now. I know we got questions. Yeah. Abbas Koma, hi TNN, watching from Sydney, Australia. Respect to you too as well, Abbas. I hope say you spread the word about then and now Australia, no doubt. Many thanks. Sydney, greetings from London. Dowdala Media, I'm following from Oslo, I think now Norway or Sweden, one of them. Many thanks, Dowdala. Many thanks for that. Delwyn Thomas, please ask Lawyer Ady that if Kone does not publish the full results, why does APC not publish their own verified results? Sorry, Delwyn, I just see this now, but I will attempt for answer this because it should be straightforward. You need for no say, the official result is meant to be read out by the Electoral Commissioner. Anything other than that will be branded fake and etc. So whether APC publish the own result what they get, all the commissioner will say or the commission will say is bona fake result. Yeah. Dan Sise Mohammed Kone is playing with fire. Ishmael Kamara, we should give a round of applause to APC for not going to court because power judges were just waiting to suspend that case for fire. Ishmael, you made my evening. Good humor. And then she said the judiciary of Sierra Leone has no love for the nation of Sierra Leone. Ishmael Kamara, the offensive Kone did should be punished with mob justice. No, we shouldn't be doing mob justice. Come on. Nabeka asked specifically about the statute of limitations on certain things. No, on murder. Then murder there when it take place. These books definitely will be open one day. No life of a Sierra Leonean is greater than the other. We are all equal, especially under the ambit of the law. This is a fact. Almami Kamara, what's the negotiation about? Okay, let's get to Almami Kamara. Okay. Delwyn Thomas, it's not the responsibility of APC to publish the results. Absolutely. It's not their responsibility. I mean, they can counter the narrative, but that's what they're doing. And like I've said, if they publish and now waiting and get, obviously, there are only deniability. It's like, no, that's not the result. Where you get that, they might even Let's see what Almami Kamara says here. What's the negotiation about? The results of the last elections should be made available. We are going to overhaul our judiciary system and depoliticize it. Okay, that was Almami Kamara. Who's this? Jack Goggs, Delvin Thomas is not there. Okay, Jack Goggs was responding to Delwin. I got that now. And Jack Goggs again, not based on performance for make you get a second term. Not to buy Tom. This is really interesting. I'm loving this. Jack Goggs, you missed my point. That's Delwin to Jack Goggs. If Connect is steadfastly refusing to publish the ECSA results, why don't we publish ours to the world? What is stopping my party, the APC? We cannot keep using the Connect must publish. Let us publish ours, and it will be in line with new, etc., and give greater weight to our position that the elections were stolen. We cannot force Connect, but we can show to the world how we rigged the elections. Darwin, I'm sure, again, the APC will have done that, not to the general public, but through the negotiation where they go on to the stakeholders and then partner and democratic partners. They will have presented their counter results and showing evidence line by line. I'm sure they've done this. Yeah. Jagos, Delvin Thomas, that's Connor's job, bro. It's not the job of our party to publish results. I might be wrong. Laminba, Julius Madabio must be hanged for his lies and killings committed in the country. Well, unfortunately, we don't have the death penalty anymore. Say Madabio removed the death penalty and for good moral reasons. Yeah, but there are other punishable things. Lamin Denke Bio just scam the people and country. Oh my God. Lamimba, Sierra Leone is bleeding, hunger and ailments, mental health killing our people from Kailan, Konop, Pujenwu, and the rest of the country. The police killings, the nation is in a deep mess. That's quite true. I agree with that 110%. Rebecca Kago, well done, guys. God bless. God bless you, Sister Rebecca, for watching. Jackie Might. Wow, this is my first time seeing this name. One of the worst anti-corruption heads the country has ever gotten to date. I'm sure I think he was addressing this to the guest. Yeah. Slogans. Any thank you, sir? Slogans again. Thumbs up. Love. Sierra Leone. All right. Even if they ask, it's only a request and does not need to be followed. You are not happy because he made comments about it and you guys have been talking about it, making us fuss about nothing. Nothing, Jackie Might? What's nothing? Okay. Does it mean the president making the statement means it should be immediate? We all know how to spin this. You are doubling up and politics is all about that. I still not get the ball and drift yet. I don't know another brother or sister. Sorry, Ibrahim Kanu. Away from political party politics, the people of Sierra Leone are terribly suffering in every aspect of life. Something has to be done to mitigate the impact if we are to avoid human catastrophe in the suffering nation. Quite right, Sorry, Ibrahim Kanu. Good reflection. Very profound. Alusain Kanu, you are all failures amid Alusain Kamara. I wonder who are the all failures. Ramatu Yambasu, good job always, Mr. Koroma. I'm Kroma Ramatu, but many thanks for that. I appreciate you kind sentiment. Abiose Koka, hello Abiose, how are you? I hope all is well. Jerry Brown, Mr. Kroma, imposing a visa ban means the applicant is an undesirable. Yes, that's true. I've been asked me guess because he's been in government. Yes, you are undesirable, but whose effect will it get on you where person put a visa ban on you? You compare for going to the country, you get something the way you want to go see, you get money the way you want to take, you know, something like that. But thank you for that comment. Abdul Sisi, other countries also restrict your visa online with the US visa ban, and in most cases, you are required to indicate on visa application to other countries that you've been refused a visa to enter. Yes, I think this is a very good point, Abdul Sisi. So it has a trickling effect. Now, when you go filling other people the visa, of course, that question, have you ever been refused a visa before? Bam. I see you say yes, then you now get for explain as to why you were being refused a visa. Yes, I love this. I love that. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Abdul. Lamimba, the ICC boss talked to the vice president of Uganda, Sudan, the interim president and President Bio of Sierra Leone, or the essence of the Roman statute, the Rome statute. Many thanks for that, Lamimba. Jackie Might. It was because of the letters you guys, it was because of the letters you guys sent to the ICC. If we can remind you. Okay, that's Jackie Might. Lamimba, so sad. Crying emojis. Desmond Duarte. But the ICC prosecutor, in his own words, clarified why he met the president. But yeah, but there are contradictory statements. Now the whole text now one see of that meeting, because they both tweet. And if you now go read the tweets by both two people, there are contradictions. Okay. And please, Desmond, go back to the tweets, both the president of the ICC and President Bio. Lamin Ba. Diplomacy, my friend, the former US ambassador, did the same during the election. Okay, Ishmael Kamara, the ICC will soon teach crazy Mada Bio a lesson soon. All the summary killings that took place under Mada will not go unpunished, period. A2K745 Universe, wow, what a name. Hashtag without integrity and accountability, no solutions to Sierra Leone problem. Absolutely agree with that. Wonderful name as well, by the way. Ishmael Koroma, exactly my brother, lawyer Macaulay. Alusan Seri, all we want is the negotiation for ECSL to provide the disaggregated June 24th elections results with the RRF forms, polling station by polling station, and there should be a recount of the votes cast for everyone to see. Before the recount, so pull the polling station by polling station disaggregated list. If the president win the election, I've said this on several occasions, based on the results, why will Mr. Mohamed Kone not just pull this result for satisfy the Sierra Leonean people? The people no matter? Anyway, maybe one day you pull them. Jonathan Goodrich, thanks watching from Tokyo. Whoa, from all the way Japan. Jonathan, many thanks and greetings to you in that faraway land, Tokyo. Sylvia Palmer, murderer, Bio has never been a leader. Cecil Macaulay, watching from my farm in Pujen. Woo! Pujen, how would I do? Many, many thanks, Cecil Macaulay. Thank you so much. Yeah, and this is not something what they do on this platform. We can appreciate where people then say where they watch from. It's very, very interesting, and we appreciate that very, very much. Momo Vandi, APC is not serious, and they will certainly regret their nonsense and myopic madness. Sierra Leone is not for APC, not the SFPP, but us all. So with or without APC, Sierra Leone will go on. It's a shame for corrupt Andy, I believe he meant Ady, the guest, to go on. It's a shame for corrupt Ady to attack the chief minister, who has outperformed and is still performing beyond all former APC. Oh, that's a stretch. Come on now, Momo Vandi. So APC propaganda, BS is nothing but BS. APC will rot in opposition. Okay, that was Momo Vandi. Cecil Macaulay, my first time watching and hope to be following. Thank you, Cecil Macaulay. That's the guy from Pujeon. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we don't win one fan. Francis Sanu, tribalism is killing us in Sierra Leone. Absolutely. Not in just one for Tokam. You know, the division is getting too wide and it's dangerous. And final comment for tonight comes from John Samora. My advice to all Sierra Leoneans is we uphold the Pan-African ideology and be patriotic. So you go therefore tell me what's in the Pan-African ideology, because it don't metamorphose into something else. It has evolved over the many years. So what specifically? Because it's a huge subject matter, okay? But many thanks for that. Okay, Kaitiafo, final one, you just send them. Marabio is so powerful. He has single-handedly made 98% of Northerners lose their minds. 98%. Kaitiafo, he like make fun of himself, brother. Usa pull the figure, the percentage. I wonder how you arrive at that. He's very powerful. Powerful like how? You don't determine the powerfulness of a leader when a gun they use. We can feed its people. Come on, man. Kai. James Kamara, good evening, Mr. Kroma. I'm watching you live from Toronto, Canada. Yay, Toronto. How are they do they? Many thanks, Mr. Kamara. I really appreciate that. I hope so you go spread the word now, Toronto and beyond. Final one. Leon B. Ady Macauley said it all. We have to be real. So, Fambul, and this brings us to an end of today's program. We try to get another important, very important guest. We will announce them tomorrow. We also get a social club where we get for host shortly. This has been a TNN production. If you like what you see, you like what you hear, please follow me. And a large number of you watch YouTube. We also they ask you for like the video if you like them though, and a thumbs up. Just use that thumbs up icon for like the video. You get 50,000, 100,000 views, and then you get 1,000 likes. If we all, sort of give thumbs up, we'll be able to get powerful guests them, we go come because they know say people that appreciate the show. But one for say thank you to una all. We approach the 500 mark today, just over a bit. That's on the two platforms them Usai with the broadcast from. So I want to say thank you to everybody. You can follow me on Twitter. I've got a page on Twitter at Twitter Times. Sometimes I do write articles. But today we guest Nabi Ady Macauley and we want to say thank you to Ram. Until we catch up again, Fambulem, this has been a TNN production. Mina Prince Emil Kroma. Catch up soon. Thank you. We hope forget by Mahmoud. Good night, everyone.